All right, for this video lesson, you're going to need your portfolio, open to page 82, and something to write with. So we're going to start with this academic discussion. And the question is, should cities outlaw plastic bags? Now, you're probably familiar with the word outlaw, like in Westerns, an outlaw is someone who the authorities are looking for, right? He's usually the bad guy. All right, but in this context, it actually means to ban, B-A-N. So I want you to underline the word outlaw and write ban above it. So should cities outlaw or should cities ban plastic bags? So we're going to brainstorm some ideas in preparation to have a discussion, which you will be graded on, and to write a response, which you will also be graded on. Now, it says briefly record at least 2 ideas in each column using everyday English. We're going to talk about 2, and then you'll record 2 of your own. So as we're going to brainstorm both sides of the topic, because anybody worth their academic weight always looks at 2 sides of the discussion. You just don't think of your own side and just worry about that. You got to look at it from the other side. So notice there's 2 boxes here, agree and disagree. So in the agree side, they give the example of they never biodegrade. So this is somebody agreeing why cities should outlaw plastic bags. They say, well, they never biodegrade. Now, biodegrade means that they, if you bury them, they'll fall apart into the ground and go back into the cycle of life, and it was like they never existed. Plastic bags don't do that. They'll stay there forever. They'll gunk up things underground. Animals can choke on and die on them. They don't biodegrade or degrade biologically over time. So that's one of their examples for agreeing, yeah, we should totally outlaw plastic bags. All right, here's another example. So people can use their own bags. Yeah, I mean, this is why I agree. People should just be using their own bags. That would be a better way to do it. And if we outlaw it, people can just do that. So here are 2 ideas of someone agreeing that plastic bags should be outlawed. Go ahead and come up with 2 of your own ideas of why plastic bags should be outlawed. Right? Things you could mention could be that, well, cloth bags are really sturdier, or bag pollution is costly to clean up, meaning that bags all over the ground on the side of the highway is annoying to clean up. So you can use any of those ideas or some of your own of why you agree that cities should outlaw plastic bags. So now that you've written your own on the agree side, let's come over here to the disagree. So their option here is, well, people choose bags they prefer. All right. So people would rather be able to choose, well, if I want to use a plastic bag, I want to use a plastic bag. Or if I want to use a cloth bag, I can do that too. So this is why they're disagreeing that plastic bags should not be outlawed. Another example could be people use plastic bags again and again. We've already talked about last week all the uses that people use plastic bags for. So they're quite useful and versatile. So I want you to come up with 2 reasons on your own of why you may disagree with the outlaw of plastic bags. Why plastic bags should really stick around. All right, let's go to the next section, analyze language. All right, so as we come down here, when you brainstormed up here, you're allowed to use everyday language. Whatever language you wanted to use or could think of, you can write it up here. But we're going to go through this section and look at some more precise words for some of the more everyday words that we may use. Now remember, everyday words that you say maybe in discussions with your friends or kind of just as you're thinking out loud in class. But precise words, these are the words we want to use when we write. And since you will be writing at the end of this week, we want to get some precise words down in your portfolio that you can use. So the first everyday word is trash. We say that all the time. It's a noun, which means it's a thing, right? So trash, yeah, it's trash here, trash there. A more precise word is the word refuse. Go ahead and say refuse. Refuse. Now, it looks very similar to refuse, but this is actually pronounced refuse, which means trash or garbage. So here are two other words that you could use for trash instead. There's pollution and garbage. All right, you're probably more familiar with these two. And garbage, yeah, that's a more precise word than just trash, because garbage specifically means stuff that is in your trash can or is in trash bags. That's garbage. Now, I want you to write a fourth word, and it actually is one of our vocab words from last week. We had 9 vocab words, and this one is the noun form of one of them. All right, so it's not pollution or pollute, but there's another word that we talked about. It starts with the letter L, and I want you to go ahead and write that here as the fourth word. Now let's come over to make illegal. All right, that's a very clunky way of saying it. It's a verb, something that you do. Yeah, let's make it illegal. Oh yeah, they made it illegal. But there's a better way of saying it. For example, outlaw. Outlaws like we used above. And then here are some 3 other words that you could use: ban, forbid, or prohibit. Prohibit's a real fancy one. All right, they use that in a lot of legislation or laws. All right, it's prohibited. All right, littering is prohibited. Loitering is prohibited. All right, so go ahead and write down these 3 words. Now let's come down to this last one, save. All right, save is a verb, meaning it's something that you do. All right, so we want to save the planet, but there's more precise way to say it. You could say conserve. Now that's a tough one, so I want you to practice saying it to yourself. Say conserve. Conserve. Good. And here are 3 more words that you could use when you're doing your writing: sustain, preserve, and reserve. Notice how preserve and reserve are very, very similar. All of these 4 words mean to save. All right, so we want to conserve our use of plastic bags, or we want to sustain the environment. We want to preserve our natural surroundings. All right, so all of these are more precise words that I want to see you use in your writing that we'll be doing later on in the week. All right, let's come down to the last section on this page. It's the making a claim section. You'll be doing this one in preparation for the pullout, where I will be pulling you guys at the front, and you'll be sharing this idea with your group. So this one is rewrite an idea using the frame and precise words. Then prepare to elaborate verbally. All right, so not only are you going to share your response, what you've written, but you're also going to add to it. So you already know how to fill out a frame. Let's read through this one. It says, from my perspective, cities, and then you're going to choose either should or should not prohibit, and remember that word means to ban or to outlaw, plastic bags, because they are blank and blank. So you'll be picking 2 adjectives to follow the linking verb are. All right, so because they are, and notice in this example, they use wasteful or convenient, and harmful or reusable. So what I want you to do is to copy this sentence down here in these lines below, filling in the blanks and selecting should or should not, depending on what side that you lean towards. And I want you to go ahead and think of your own words. I do not want you to use the words that are here in these examples. So write this sentence down in preparation for when we'll pull you out, and we'll do the speaking together with your group. Be prepared to elaborate. You'll either use, for instance, blank, or the reason I know this is blank. You don't have to write this down, but you'll be elaborating verbally, which means just speaking. So go ahead and fill out this response here.